Alien Earth is here. The long-awaited series from Noah Hawley, who is the man, has made his Alien Earth series, starring Kyle Chandler's daughter.
What? Really?
Yes, Wendy is Kyle Chandler's daughter.
It makes so much sense now.
Yep.
Okay.
And Alex Lothar as her brother Hermit. And we got all kinds of cool android action and some nice alien stuff for you guys to talk about. Grace and I are going to review the first 2 episodes right here on Carnage Candy, and we'll do this weekly until Alien Earth is through and over, and maybe we'll get other seasons. But I will tell you before we start, I am a total Alien sleut.
He is.
I'm also an FX series sleut, and just to make sure I don't make an idiot of myself, can we triple stamp that Noah Hawley is the Fargo guy?
I'm pretty sure because I thought it said from the creator of
Okay, that's fine. That's great. Okay.
But I'll double check for you.
Okay. I was just scared. Yes. Yeah. Okay. He's made Fargo.
He's a writer, yeah.
I feel like the first 3 seasons of Fargo are like perfect television, like Dexter season 3, good television, like Breaking Bad season 4, good television. And so when this came out, we were talking earlier about like what's like your dream mashups, and it's like, oh, Nolan making Odyssey.
Yeah.
And you said like Leon making a Friday the 13th.
Yep.
This is like one of those mashups that I did. Oh, shut up, AI! I hate you.
As we talk about alien AI.
Oh no! Oh.
It knows. It knows.
But this was like a dream mashup I wouldn't have put on paper, but now that it's here, I'm excited about. So I started it last night. We have a new lore and universe, and not a new lore and universe, but some added lore and universe. We now have 3 kind of subsequential types of robot that the series lays out first. We have cyborgs, which are humans with alterations, like Cyberpunk.
Yep.
We have synthetics, which are traditional androids, Bishop, Ash.
Yep.
And now we have hybrids. And Boy Cavalier has a young Elon Musk douchebag kid.
Yep.
He has decided that he's going to implant human brains inside of synthetic bodies, which is like a kind of natural progression. The good thing about Alien is, the Alien franchise in general, is that AI is always at the forefront of discussion.
Let's say they're always around. Something's always going on with some kind of robot.
Yeah, and Ridley Scott like kind of went further with this in Prometheus, and the Covenant is like a real mind F on
with David.
Yeah. And then not David.
The 2 Davids.
You both David. Yeah. But I was like, okay, cool. That's nice. I'm glad, because that's what's interesting to me. I'm all about AI and what is a human and
what it can do.
Yeah, and what makes us humans versus what makes us robots, right? But we get this kind of opening, very homage to the original scene with the font work, and
which is really cool.
Yeah, we get our ship, and we have Babu Sese, who is Morrow. Our first look at a cyborg security officer.
Which is kind of surprising whenever they say it, because I didn't pick him out as being the cyborg at first, because I'm just sitting there watching, and they really make you think the one guy who's just kind of like standing there staring at everything is going to be the cyborg, and then they're like, you're not real. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's the synthetic.
Yeah.
And then we have a cyborg. And like, it's funny because he's his look, and he's in the same outfit as the original actor from Alien. And so it's like, hey, this character was cool.
Yeah.
Let's honor him with like a super badass that can last. And he has this sick arm.
He does.
It's kind of like see-through. It's got like a blowtorch and a knife that comes out of it in time. But we kind of get like just a bunch of flashing, disturbing energy or images, that kind of shows what's happening on the ship. Clearly, they're working for Weyland-Yutani. They're moving specimens. And it's not just the Xenomorph facehugger pods that they've gotten from whatever hell they decided to visit.
This is my favorite thing about Alien Earth is it's not just facehuggers and xenomorphs. Now we have crazy mosquitoes that do really horrible things and some kind of eyeball tentacle monster.
It's like straight from like the 50s.
Yes, it looks awesome.
Yeah, and then you have like, and then in episode 2 we get the worst plant ever.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
And I was just thinking because we don't know what the structure is quite yet, and by episode 2 it's almost kind of more clear that it's like, oh man, like this is really just gonna be about the crash and the buildings.
That's all it needs to be about after what we saw.
Yeah, because and I'm sure that I feel like we're gonna get flashes into their lives beforehand in flashbacks, and the prospect of seeing wherever the fuck they went to get this stuff is like really exciting. I hope that they go to like a Jumanji type.
Yeah, so I don't know where this timeline is right now. So I don't know how far ahead or behind this is.
Because it was 2190.
Yeah, I don't know where Covenant takes place because I remember Covenant's ship, David was already doing like a bunch of experiments. So
Gotcha.
I don't know where they're at.
Check that out while I continue to run. So I think this takes place in 2190. See when Aliens takes place, or when Romulus takes place would be a really good gauge. Yeah. Like when does Romulus take place?
It's 2 years before the events of Alien.
Gotcha. Okay.
Amazing.
Awesome. So this predates even the first film. Excuse us for not looking at that earlier.
No, that's cool.
We haven't looked at really anything for this because we've been excited and we want to be.
I didn't want to spoil it for myself.
Exactly. So we kind of get flashes, images, and we don't really need to know what happens on the ship because we've seen it in 2 or 3 movies at this point where they get infested and they get taken
I
over.
will say there is a part of me that is kind of frustrated because we have seen what an alien can do, but we hadn't seen what the other stuff could do.
This is
so
true.
That's my problem because later on, whenever you see what happens on the ship and you see what all is loose, there is that thought of, man.
I did think about this like middle of the second episode where I was like, okay, we kind of montaged what happens on the ship, and while I was watching, I was like, I don't need it. And then I thought, man, I really could just watch, because the best parts of Covenant are like them. I could watch people figure out what the alien is like in 10 different movies.
But here's the cool thing is, we don't know.
Yeah.
There might be an episode to where Morrow ends up explaining this is what happened on the ship, and then we get a full episode of what happened. Hopefully. We don't know. It's only 2 episodes out of 8. So.
Yeah, we might get a cool flashback that shows everything. So, Morrow, it becomes clear pretty early that either Morrow or the synth on the ship is in it with Wayland. And then we get like, Morrow decides he sets the Xenomorph loose, or it's loose on the ship at this point, and we're not positive yet. But he locks himself in the he tells Mother that everyone's dead while one of the crewmates gets slaughtered by the Xenomorph. And then like he locks himself in the crash hatch. And man, we find out more in episode 2, but every time I see, when I was seeing stuff for this, I was like, I don't really know what the issue with an alien crashing on Earth is, because it's not a small like group of soldiers dealing with this. We have, they'll have a military infrastructure and stuff. But man, when the Xenomorph moves, it's so fast, and obviously in season 2, it is like
episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Like, it is just completely owning everything.
It's the most aggressive I've seen an alien in a while. And it's mainly because there's a bigger group for them to go after so that you can tell the damage. Whereas it's usually, hey, it's like 6 people, or they have smart guns.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're not outrunning that.
Exactly. But to see this thing just like go through people, it's like, it's truly intimidating. And it's like, oh, okay, I could see how 30 or 40 of those could be a huge problem now.
A very big issue.
Did you see with the alien design, I felt more than the other movies that it was like, at least the face looked like, I don't have a problem with the design at all because it's a classic design, but like, I felt like it was smoothed over.
It looks a lot more slick, to be honest. And it really shows it off whenever it does the really funny walk back while Morrow's.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of moonwalking.
It just slowly moves back and looks in, which is really funny to me. I laughed really hard at that.
Yeah, Chelsea laughed really hard, too, when we were watching it.
But I think the cool thing with the Xenomorph is it shows how strong it is, because I'm not used to seeing it tear down doors.
Yeah, or even the gash marks in the hatch floor.
So it really shows, like, you always know that they have claws. Like, it's always there, but you never see what they can do till now.
Yeah,
like, this
usually,
is the first time.
Usually people get grabbed and taken up into a hole.
Or they're put up on walls or stuff like that. In this one, no, it's ripping everything to shreds. And seeing it do that, it makes you realize, okay, aliens are a lot more intimidating than I was giving them credit for.
Yeah, if it doesn't have a queen, at least right now, to take somebody to.
Yeah, it's just feral.
It's all on.
Mm-hmm.
So we get kind of an origin story with Wendy while this ship is all crashing. Wendy is a sick, young, pre-adolescent.
Yep.
We don't know how old she is, but we know she is pre-adolescent, and she's terminally ill, and she's going to get loaded onto Wendy, a synth body, by Boy Cavalier and Dame, played by S.C. Davis, who's an older genius that is kind of working with Boy Cavalier here.
I think my favorite thing about it is they're doing all this stuff at a facility called Neverland.
Yes.
So they're really being like, hey, look at all the Peter Pan stuff we have going on here.
Yep, and of course, Wendy sees the body, and they're watching Peter Pan stuff, so she names herself Wendy. So, and Boy Cavalier names them the Lost Boys, which is also Peter Pan, but also, his name is Boy.
Yeah.
We at first I was like, I don't really like the kids and the adult bodies type thing, but Wendy is the first of many, and Timothy Oliphant, who we learn in episode 2, is also a synth.
He's so sick.
He's so sick.
God, this might be my favorite android that we've seen so far.
Yeah, Kirsch.
Yeah.
Man, he's got his white hair and his white eyebrows. He's like Ghost in the Shell.
And he plays it very well. Like, he's very matter of fact. Like, he is very cold because he does not fear anything. He is a robot. Like, he doesn't care.
Exactly. And so we get a group of kids in adult bodies. So we get basically super soldiers with the mindsets and kind of attitudes of kids. There's a scene where they're like hanging around and they're talking about
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah. One of them is like, what happens when we die? I guess our batteries go dead, and we like
and blow up. But he's like fidgeting around like this.
Yeah, he's
all like he's acting like a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
So I was a little hesitant of that, but I'll talk about whenever I came full circle and started to like it here in a little bit. And then we also get an insight into Wendy's kind of consciousness, and that she does have dormant memories, even though her brain has been transferred, of her brother Hermit, who is a medical officer for the what was it?
Prophecy?
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
Yeah. He's a medical officer for the Prodigy Company. As Weyland-Yutani, Prodigy, or Weyland-Yutani is the Megacorp. Then there's another Megacorp called Prodigy that is the Synths, and then Boy Cavalier.
Yep.
And this Weyland-Yutani ship has gone into the Prodigy district.
Yeah.
It crashes over our Prodigy rescue response team with Hermit, the medic, hanging out with them.
Joe.
Yep, and we see the ship crash into a Prodigy building where it becomes Boy Cavalier's and Prodigy's jurisdiction. Weyland-Yutani is not allowed in, and there's a scene where Boy Cavalier talks to Yutani.
Yeah.
And we get a small glimpse into how their corporations also have it seems like have their own paramilitary forces, right? So he says that if Weyland-Yutani, because she wants to send in a rescue team to get her cargo, and he basically he says that'll be a declaration of war between corporations. And that kind of gives us that Romulus kind of like oppression of like how this is almost like a military occupancy, how the corporations have taken over.
And it is cool because the crew that goes in there from Prodigy is basically your Marine Corps from Aliens. That's who you have going in.
Yeah, we get kind of like a profile, you know, Colonial Marines weapons.
They have earlier pulse rifles. They have, you could see that they're testing out the smart gun because he's standing there doing the movement with a smart gun, which is really cool. Like, I loved seeing that.
Yeah. At this point, it's like the production is very impressive. We have a ton of practical stuff. We get a lot of scenes in like pipes and things like that. And I'm like, man, that's a lot to build. And the CG is like,
it's very good.
Yeah, it's very good. It's not, I'm not mad at it at all, especially considering it's a series. And Wendy has been watching Hermit through video screens because she's, we get a small hint that she's not just the kid's consciousness.
She's very special.
Yeah, she's also some kind of supercomputer that can watch all, she can tap into all CCTVs across New Siam, which is the city we're in. And she's been watching her brother the whole time. She sees that her brother goes after the crash ship.
Yep.
And that's when her and the Stints decide, or she convinces Boy, hey, send us out for a test run, baby.
Yeah.
We can rescue. And
Kirsch leads them in.
Yeah, Kirsch leads them in. And Kirsch has this like this he's dad kind of, but like he's there's this line where when they first get on the ship in episode 2 where he's like, he says like, fear, does he say fear is for children?
And you're not, or fear is for humans and you're not one?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But he also says, y'all used to be food, while they're on the ship, which is a sick line.
Yes, he talks about like the food chain and basically a declaration of like, y'all might be at the bottom again, depending on whatever we find.
Whatever we're going in to see, it ain't good.
Which almost makes me think if Kirsch is like preparing them, it's like, does Kirsch know what's on the ship?
I don't think so because of what they go into on episode 2. Because it's 50-50 with me, because whenever he does jack in, you can tell that he's learning a lot of stuff.
And that's the first time we get confirmation that he's a full synthetic.
Yeah, because he lifts up his sleeve and he can plug into it. But it looks like he knows something, but he doesn't know everything until then.
You can never trust a synth in these movies, or in this show, so to speak. We get, let's see, we get some other scenes where Morrow is kind of coming alive. The rescue team goes in, and then Morrow pulls like the sick piece on these 2 SWAT officers. One of them is from White Lotus.
Okay.
He's a security officer. The second one to perish to the tick. He's awesome in White Lotus.
Okay.
And he ties him up, and these tick monsters that we've seen earlier on,
gross.
These little bugs like start sucking on him, and I was like, is this like a new face hugger variant we haven't seen? It's like, no, it's just
it's just a horrible insect.
Yeah, and it's a tick that sucks so much blood out of his jugular he bleeds to death in seconds.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and it's cool because when they lock both of them in there, your first thought is, oh man, all those tubes that are broken in there, what's gonna get them?
Or like, okay, face hugger time, they're gonna get impregnated.
Yeah, no, which I don't know if you noticed this in the show either. Did the face huggers look humongous?
They did look really big. I don't know if it was like because of the warpness of the glass, but I was like, man, those things are like that.
Because when I saw it, I was like, they're gonna be able to wrap around your head twice whenever they do it.
They're gonna face hug themselves.
So I'm sorry I got off target. I just thought about that. I was like, man, those things are huge.
And but yeah, the poor guys just get sucked to death. And
honestly, probably the fastest death, so good for them.
Yeah, it's a lot better than getting impregnated.
Yeah.
So Morrow is like, he's not just a stooge, and I love the fact that he's a cyborg because he's not programmed to do this.
No, but he's able. He does talk a lot to Mother while he's on the ship, which is really odd.
Yeah, so it's like most of this is just he's a human piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
I mean, it could be a program.
It could have a chip or something.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I'm thinking it's going.
Yeah. episode 1 ends as where our team of kiddo-synthetics are kind of landing, right? And episode 2 picks up right away. And I think that's where I was like, because again, it's like, I don't know how you structure this, but it really is, I feel like it's gonna be a 10-hour or a 8-hour movie with flashbacks to give us.
For sure. I mean, there's gonna have to be flashbacks because they're showing you too much stuff.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want to know what happened on that ship to make Morrow do what he did.
Yeah, or even the collection process.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like I don't know. It's like that you've gone out and you've cast it. I want to see what they went through. Right.
Because to me, the thing I kept coming back to was the girl that's beating on the door where Morrow is doesn't know that Morrow did something evil. So it leads me to think like, okay, something else had to happen because she's trying to be with him to be safe.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know that he's done something, or maybe he didn't do something.
Yeah. And even like we could get some older episodes of Morrow to understand, like, is he implanted with a protocol rather than being a piece of shit? Maybe he doesn't want to do any of this. That's also kind of interesting. Pretty early in season 2, we get, or in episode 2, we get Hermit dealing with the Xenomorph. The building has crashed into basically a very tall skyscraper, but also a deep underground. So it's like the skyscraper has many levels below Earth as well. And there's shopping centers and malls. We get some like, I love it when they're walking through and there's like an ad for like clothing against the wall, and you get the silhouettes and stuff. And the rescue team and Joe is his first name.
Yeah, because he's named after Joe DiMaggio.
That's right. And they're kind of tracking the aliens or whatever came out of the ship, right? They're tracking the blood trails, and the rescue team is like, medic, what the hell's happening? He's like, I don't know, man. I'm not CSI. This is weird.
Yeah, all he knows is that they go into a room that shows something horrible happened in this room. Like something terrible had happened. There's all these pods that are messed up. And then they go further back and they find like the medical hub, and they realize that something came out of someone's body. And
classic alien
taps on the thing and it says foreign object lodged into his sternum, I think is what they said.
Yeah, and you have like I was wondering if that was like a face hugger's tube that was in, because there's like a flesh straw down his esophagus.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But you have that moment to where one of the security guards with Joe asked, what does that mean? He goes, something alien within his body. And it's like, oh yeah. And then you have the alien move from the side. Oh, it was sick.
And so we're going deeper underground, and we get a cool staircase scene, and this is where Joe first sees the alien, and they're jumping the flights. And this is the first time we get a better glimpse of the alien like running on all fours. It's very fast and sporadic and really intimidating. And that was the first time I was like, oh, this is like an impossible enemy, right?
Yeah.
It's scary.
You won't be able to stop it because they say something cool. Joe says, it's an alien chasing me that's 8 foot tall and is armor plated. Yeah,
or it like appears to be armored.
Yeah.
I wonder if it actually is some kind of variant or something.
I guess it would make sense because like the pulse rifles are super strong.
Yeah.
So they would need to be pretty powerful to tear through aliens.
Yeah. Joe is hiding, running. He eventually meets a security officer underground, and very fun, he stumbles upon this super bougie.
Man, it's awesome.
Like, underground, there's a bunch of rich people that are having some kind of 16th century aristocrat party.
Yeah.
And they've got on their powdered wigs and their pink rosy cheeks, and they don't know that a ship has crashed,
which is hilarious,
through their entire building. And Herman's like, dude, you gotta get out of here. This is crazy. And they're like, I don't believe you. And he shuts the door. And in the background, the aliens like pose up on the statue,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Another cool scene.
Comes down, and we get like our first like really violent kill of the show, where it's good that I'm saying movie by mistake.
Yeah, I mean it feels like a movie, which is a good thing.
He gets face hugged through the mouth, and he's getting slung and stuff, and the alien tosses him and Joe through the door, and then just owns all of these bougie people. Yeah.
Like seconds, it rips through there's probably like 10 people at the party, I would say.
One guy's got his legs chopped off and he's crawling on the ground with his intestines. And then we get like this reveal, and definitely my favorite shot. I think Dana Gonzalez was the director for episode 2.
So, yeah.
And she sets up this awesome shot where the Xenomorph jumps off the balcony in slow motion, like in front of the chandelier down at Joe, and like pins him. And Joe's about to get totally owned, and then Morrow shoots him with the skeet hose, dude.
Man, that thing is sick.
Freaking bags him.
It's a freaking, well, not only that, he hits him with some sort of taser. It's
big taser.
It's like a taser beam that immediately knocks it out.
And the alien's like, ah.
Yeah. And then you get a really funny scene where Joe is saying thank you to Morrow, and then Morrow blasts him too. Like immediately just.
Yeah. But it's this weird like foam cannon, and I thought it was gonna be like Demolition Man.
It's like the goo gun from Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. But he sacks the alien and starts dragging him, and I'm like, the alien's gotta weigh 300 or 400 pounds, right? So it's like the cybernetics clearly give Morrow
enough strength.
Big strength. We get Wendy finding Joe with another one of the synthetics.
Slightly, I do believe.
Yes, slightly. And I was really excited and also really scared for a second, because I thought that Wendy was never gonna tell Hermit.
Yeah.
And he was going to mistake her for being like into him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be really interesting, but I don't really know if I want to see it, because she's playing like really coy, and like she's just so fascinated, but it looks like romantic interest. And so I was like, oh man, what if Joe what if Joe tries to get with his sister in a grown-up robot? Awkward.
A Luke and Leia situation.
Yeah. Luckily, slightly spoilers, Joe by
which is hilarious.
Which is very funny, that Wendy is Joe's sister. And I love the light coming through the blinds and the vents and stuff.
I thought that whole scene, Joe is about to die. I thought that that's what was going to happen. I was fully expecting the tail to go through Joe, and that was going to be.
And then give Wendy a hardcore character motivation.
This is what's going to be the cause for Wendy to go and destroy everything, is what I thought was going to happen. Gotcha. I'm glad it did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
I feel like this showrunner is the kind of guy to make bold decisions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you ever do watch Fargo, it's just like, man, you just get this feeling that like anytime somebody could get shot in the head.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So this is where the point where I was like, okay, I love the fact that they're kids in the bodies.
Because you're sending kids in. The way I see it is, it's a kid's brain and a mech.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
It is so anime, because in every anime you always have kids who have to protect the Earth, and now you're doing it with aliens.
Yeah, it's
with Xenomorphs.
It's quite clever. We do get that really cool show of strength that shows what Wendy can do. Obviously, she can jump 100 feet onto the ground, but she can also like hold kids up like on her arms, and so we get the kids, the Prodigy team. Our hybrid team. They first find this plant pod,
which is awesome.
It's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
I love it.
It's got a weird.
It reminds me so much of the plants from RE2.
Yeah,
the walking plants.
I was thinking about Jumanji.
That too. Yeah.
The pods in the fireplace. And Timothy Oliphant, Kirsch is like, look at that. Go get something we can bag this thing.
Which is what a scientist would do, especially a scientific robot.
Yeah. And so they go into the specimen room, and then the kids are like, there's monsters in here.
Yeah.
And we get this cat.
Oh God, it's so horrible.
We get this cat who's been brain infected by this. It's literally, it's such a classic. It's just a big eyeball with tentacles walking around on the ground.
The cool thing about the eyeball is it starts as one and then it separates into multiple eyeballs. And then it's just crawling towards them.
It's got this big, it's lodged in the cat brain and it just pops out and then crawls at him. And then they trap it under some like Cisco dinnerware.
Yeah.
And they're like holding it. And that poor guy won't let go of it. Yeah, Smee won't let go. And we get the ticks kind of flopping around,
which is hilarious because they can't go anywhere.
Yeah, they're dragging basketball-sized blood sacks.
Their head is still the same, but they're just kind of slowly wiggling off.
Yeah, and then we have one still left with the plant sac. He's just kind of looking at it. Later, the plant sends a tentacle out. I wonder if it's. I feel like the plant maybe didn't attack him because he probably has no biosignature.
Exactly. So I think the plant was curious on what it was, because if that was a human, over.
Yeah, I feel like if he had heat or something, maybe the plant would have attacked him. So we leave the plant in the hallway for now. I'm sure we'll figure out more about that later. Yeah. And we find out that this is the point where we find out Kirsch is a synthetic, as he. I don't think he's a cyborg.
No, I mean, they talk about it earlier than that, because Kirsch, you could tell that he's acting differently whenever they're talking to Wendy.
Yes.
Because he's asking, this isn't what you're supposed to do. She's not human.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, yeah, he's probably a robot.
I think that is probably correct, because I think we have Dame Sylvia,
who's the human.
Yeah, who's Team Human. We have Boy Cavalier, whose team, they're immortal humans.
Yeah, and then you have Kirsch, who is synthetic all the way.
And the best part about Alien is, and it's kind of scary, the robot's usually right.
Yeah.
Like, the robots spit nothing but facts.
Yeah.
I think that's why Ash is such a great villain.
Yep.
Is because Ash is like, you're all gonna die. Ripley's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah, watch me survive.
Yeah. So I think Kirsch is there to like just be like some kind of factual middle ground, and ironically he helps blur the line more because you don't want to trust what the robot has to say.
But there is a part of me that hopes that Kirsch is a hard ass. It starts just destroying a lot of these monsters. I hope that happens. I don't think it will, but I hope so.
He's just so cool looking.
I know.
And I don't know, just all the robots and synthetics in these films are super badass. So, but we have the eggs and the pods. They're now on the floor. The same.
Blue light.
The blue light. Yeah. They had they speculated that was some kind of light barrier to keep the eggs moist. I think.
I don't really know what it's supposed to be. It almost felt like it was their detector to know when something walks in, because it goes away as soon as they walk.
It was something like that. I'll have to check my canon for our review of episode 3, and I'll come back with that for you. But the blue light's there. You know, the pods are there. We think that Joe's about to get face hugged.
I do like that even the pods don't react to the synthetics.
Yeah.
They only react to Joe, which is cool, because that makes you realize that even the pods themselves kind of know.
Yeah, there's some kind of body detection. When the show first started, I was excited at the idea of a synthetic being implanted.
Yeah.
And to think if the synthetic had any kind of biological digestion system that could incubate.
Yeah.
But I think that the face or the pods not reacting to him tells us no.
I'm sure there's something in the lore of Aliens where it's probably happened, because
failed maybe.
I'm pretty sure that facehuggers have attached themselves to everything in the comics by now.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder, what could it even do? Because like, you're going to go in with all that fake synthetic blood and everything. Like, how is that going to react to the facehugger egg and everything gets implanted? So,
but I guess like, it's not, since it's all like fake material, it's not like the Xenomorph hatchling would carry traits of something that wasn't genetic, right? So that's probably impossible. But regardless, Joe gets pulled down.
Again.
And he's out of the hole, out of the side of the ship, and he has fallen down into the lower levels of our underground city. And Wendy's like,
going after. You stay here. I'm going to go. And it's awesome to see Slightly just stand around like, okay, I guess. And the cool thing about Wendy that we haven't talked about yet is she has the blade of a paper cutter on her back this whole time.
I know.
So it's pretty funny to think that all she has while she's going down there is the smallest blade you can carry to fight an alien.
Yeah. And then we get some Alice in Chains playing.
Yeah, the first episode I think is Dio at the end of it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
And that's very Fargo coded.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That's I was like, at first it felt out of place, but then it's like, I don't know, man. Episode I was like, oh hell yeah.
It's awesome. It's really cool. It makes me excited to see where the rest of the series is gonna go, because that is one hell of a start. Those first 2 episodes are very, very good, and they don't feel like they overstayed their welcome, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because they are an hour each, but it's a very interesting hour for that.
Yeah, and I think that the Prodigies are like, it's familiar but disruptive enough to where it doesn't feel like we're retreading any old ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually asking some new questions that, obviously David is like the deepest we get into consciousness and what is humanity, but we're getting some new stuff with the kids. Kirsch is cool.
Mm-hmm.
We get our girl with the red hair and the other Weyland-Yutani guy, Siberian and Rashidi are two. They seem to be the 2 leaders of our rescue team, or at least like the 2 surviving folks. So we'll see how they play out, and it'll be interesting to see if they team up with Wendy to go rescue her brother. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know. I think that's it, right? I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's the best thing, is the unpredictable. That's what's so cool about this, is there's so much that can happen in this, and to see how far down you're going, it already makes you wonder how many people are already down there. How many people has this alien taken?
Yeah.
How many aliens are there actually running around at this point? Because we don't even know that yet.
Yeah, it may not have been the only alien on the ship, right?
Yeah, we have no clue how many there are.
Well, and even that, it's like we know that there are more than, actually we do know there's more than one because we've seen them burst out of the pods.
That's what I'm like. I don't know if that's supposed to just be showing one or one was killed.
There has to be more, right? Unless they all died in the crash, which I feel like Noah would have showed them dead in the crash. I think that's what's telling us. I mean, how many crew members were there? 6 or 7?
A lot. But it does look like the guy on the table, then the one in the pod, because it shows
at least one in the pod. Yeah.
So that's the other cool thing to think about, is how many of these got loose.
And then in the pods, there's, I don't know, like 5 to 9 potentials.
Yeah. Because we don't know what happened to the engineer, the 2 engineers on the ship, because they're down in the basement of the ship, which is where most of the time all the horrible stuff happens.
Yeah.
It's the hottest area, and that's where they go to.
And I think that, I don't know if we showed the engineers dead or not.
No, not that I could tell.
Yeah. If they did, that's our mistake.
And the thing is the cat, the last time you see the cat alive, it's with those 2 engineers.
Yeah.
Because they're talking and the cat peeks out to look at them.
Yeah. And I feel like the engineers are they're like the everymans of the alien world. Mm-hmm. So it would be interesting to have Siberian and Rashiki team up with the engineers, which Wendy.
I'm pretty sure they're dead.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain they're dead.
Yeah, but it would be a nice surprise. And that could be how we find out what happens on the ship.
Yeah, hopefully.
But most excited, I would say, I'm excited at the potential of showing the specimen gathering.
Yeah.
Alien is always made in its 3rd act. Yep. So I'm excited for those, whatever happens in the last 2 episodes. I'm sure it'll be fun.
I'm excited to see what the chest burster looks like, how good the effects are. Because there's always a chest burster.
Yeah, there's gotta be something. So and then I'm excited at the idea of some kind of corporation war happening at the same time. That would be interesting.
I'm also excited to see if they say where they went to get these.
Yeah, it's like what planet did they go to?
I want to know what planet you went to find the tentacle eyeball, those crazy mosquitoes, the ticks, and then you found full-on face huggers?
Yeah.
Not even in the pods, like full-blown face huggers? How? Because they talk about how people died to get these forms.
Yes.
Which is also super interesting to me.
And again, it's like, I don't know. I think just after Fargo, it's just like, man, I really trust that Noah guy to tell us everything.
It's all good news.
Yeah.
It's all good news.
Yeah. I think right now the series is resting at like a solid 8. I'm sure it'll take like a dip at some points and then some highs later.
I don't know. I think the first 2 episodes might be the dip because what we're going into now, there's gonna have to be a lot of action because you're going into the belly of the beast already with Wendy. So anytime Wendy's on the screen, it's gonna be something extremely interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, but I could have. If all episodes were up last night, I would have watched.
I would have watched it all too.
I would have stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
I would have come in absolutely gassed and clicked record and ran through the whole series with you.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Alien Earth? If you liked it, leave a comment. If you hated it, also leave a comment. If you like my head, also leave a comment. And if you think Friday the 13th, the Apple Orchard short series is going to be good, also comment. If you like content like this, you can support it on patreon.com/hangtime, our parent company, and which is owned by us, me.
Yeah.
Me.
Uh-huh.
Get out of here.
That's right.
Me.
Only him.
Just me. And you can watch, what do we got going up? Oh, our weapons review. That's a good one.
Review is up, yeah. And hopefully soon we'll have something over the Sweet Revenge. So keep it posted. We'll see what happens.
Oh, man. If Sweet Revenge is up, that'll also be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, enjoy Alien Earth. Sponsored, not sponsored.
Goodbye.